we thought was a quote-unquote issue with their lineup, but no, they've been able to win games.
Yeah, actually for RSG Philippines, it's a team that is known for their leadership. Now for Homeboys, all they have to do is to have the team gelled. But yeah, in terms of gelling a team, it all depends on the draft. Is it a basic draft or somehow complicated draft? Because if it's a complicated draft, your comms would be a bit of a problem if you're not really confident with each other, right?
Yeah, and I guess that's why they come back to like some of the comfort picks, right? Like Udil, for example, I've been playing a lot of Xavier's here, and also a couple of Zaz as well. Of course, Zaz now is the top pick of every other hero there is. If not, then you'll see other comfort heroes like Neds coming up with the Moskov. If he had the chance, he will come up with the Harif. But the picks have been kind of predictable, so they could be countered by RSGPH.
I mean, we say that now, but then RSGPH, I've noticed that Iran kind of likes getting his hands on the Lancelot, and out of all the assassins, Lancelot is pretty low on that list in terms of meta and priority.
You know what? You know this type of player that wants those very quick moving assassins. Probably he wants the Lancelot because it's not the usual assassin, so banning and picking won't be a problem. No one else comes close on taking that, but it's gonna be a Zask. Why am I surprised that's, or I'll rephrase, I won't be surprised that Zask is the priority pick, or I'll be surprised if it's not the first pick.
Yep. Well, before coming in here, I heard Icy Baby Terrence, he was saying that Zaz is a boring pick now.
I want to disagree, but at the same time, I think it's interesting, right? I think definitely Zask is one of those heroes that you don't expect to come into meta until he's given that one tweak similar to Tigreal. But now RSGPH, they've locked in the Moskov and as well as the Julian, right? It doesn't feel like we're gonna, well, actually, I take that back. We might still see the Lancelot regardless, right?
Yeah.
It's not like Julian can go, it's not like Julian isn't just limited to one role.
Yeah. And Aqua actually uses the Julian, so this is a nice pick for RSG, very unpredictable. But for Homeboys, it's like the same sequence of draft from
YRG versus Fnac,
game number 3. So I won't be surprised if they take a initiator, which is Trisla. This is a nice pick for them. For RSG, they can take like a Ruby, a Minotaur to counter out the setups from Homeboys.
Possibly, but I'm surprised that none of these teams, well, especially more towards the Homeboys, nobody touched Roger just yet. Like RSGPH, they went straight into Moskov. If they want to reveal what their cores are, they can lock in the Roger as well and really pinch down on the Homeboys in terms of what their marksman pick will be.
Yeah, if they want to pick the Roger, of course they can still... well, yeah, probably not. Probably not at this point. But we can see that Homeboys, they are picking comfort picks again. Alpha, they have picked it at least 3 times in this tournament already, so they're going for, again, another comfort. But it's just that Terizla is a new pick for them. And in the XP lane, at least they have been kind of experimentative in their choices.
And probably because Nets is also known as a user of Claude. So probably it's still a priority for Homeboys, but so far a bit shaky. That's why RSG Philippines will ban out this Roger just to limit down those good marksman heroes.
I wouldn't be too surprised if RSGPH is like, you know, let's get rid of the Claude while we're at it, right? But let's bring it over to the Homeboys. It's their turn to ban. At this point, RSGPH, with Julian as a potential flex pick, I'm only going to assume that, well, sorry, double flex pick with the Edith and the Julian.
All right.
Do they want to double down on banning EXP laners?
They can, because they could put a direction. Okay, since we've banned out XP laners, be sure that this Edith will be on the XP lane because you're limiting the options. So yep, for Homeboys, they could direct as to where this hero will go, but they're limiting the posts for heroes, probably because with the Novaria, who is a good visioner, they want a hero for Homeboys that is more on the aggressive side, something like that.
I suppose. I think this is okay. I do feel that Homeboys might need to get rid of an X-Borg. I would suggest getting rid of the X-Borg, considering that RSGPH is on red side and they get first pick. So if they pick up X-Borg for themselves, technically they've got a triple flex pick on their side, making their final pick to really complete their comp, and Homeboys always on their toes.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about Homeboys' pick, because they've been very safe with their picks so far. They've been playing things that have they're comfortable with. So probably the carry might be a good one as well. They have picked it before this, and also it is a good competition against any other tank heroes that come from RSG Philippines.
You know what? I'll take that point because for Nets, his comfort heroes are usually Claude and carry. Something like that. Something that could open up a space almost close to Innocent's play when he's using the carry. So if you're homeboys, what do you want to ban? I'm sure that it's not going to be another mage here, or probably they're forcing this Julian to be on the mage role, not an errant hero. So that's why they're banning out mages.
You might want to ban out one of those high CC mages, right?
Yeah.
But, okay, Xavier. Yeah, I mean Xavier's like super comfort for Udil as well.
I mean, I suppose it fits the build, but definitely one of those things. I mean, Udil, he's already got his comfort here on that Zosk. It's more so the Xavier is not going to let homeboys follow up on the engagements coming in from Alpha, and as well as our EXP lane to Rizla. But I think that RSGPH, the fact that they ban out the Grok is a bit of a tell. It could be a Farsa, but just because Farsa absolutely hates Groks, always canceling the Feather Airstrike in critical moments, but at the same time has counter engage.
Yeah, that's actually true for the Grok. So for RSG Philippines, I was thinking about maybe a Faramis. Oh no! Just have this Julian as the jungle, and they took the Faramis though.
Okay.
They're taking the Faramis for RSG Philippines, so they're more on the dive type of lineup because when they use a Faramis for RSG Philippines, it's more on the aggressive side. They use that Nether Realm under the turret, so that's a good thing already since they have high burst with the Zoyan. They want it to be effective as early as possible, activated and all. For homeboys, it's the usual Nets here with a Claude. It's just doubling down on the late game centric type of a marksman. So they need a hero that is more in the setup plays, probably more in the single targeting.
Yeah, and final pick? Oh, okay.
Wow, he decided to go for Kufra instead. This is interesting, though, because I do feel that the Minotaur might have been a little bit better in this situation because they're going to be clumped up anyway.
Yeah.
Minotaur has a big AoE, so it's just like kind of, counterintuitive. But then Kufra does have a couple of extra benefits with the bouncing ball, assuming that he does find the initiation. Our SG Philippines say, you know what? If we're going to team fight, we're going to go all out with the team fight. Give me the Carmilla, and I'll show you what's up.
This is a nice combo, actually, with Faramis and Carmilla. Imagine the splash damage that they have, even the effectivity here of having a Moskov.
Oh,
so,
you're so right.
Right? Everything all at once. The burst, the damage per second for RSG Philippines is very dangerous.
One of my favorite movies as well. But that means that this draft is complete. Cloud, break it down for us as we head off into the Land of Dawn.
Yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So as we can see here, this draft is pretty much a comfort draft for homeboys, and throughout this tournament we do see them experimenting somehow, and I'm pretty sure that they have already crafted this like behind the scenes in their scrims, but we're starting to see a pattern for homeboys, and we can say that this is pretty much something that they're comfortable with.
Yeah, and actually for your homeboys, one thing that they're really comfortable with is that giving space to Nets. That's why there is a high prioritization, or they would rather take a Claude instead of other marksman heroes. So if you're RSG Philippines, you might want to go and have Nets like a difficult time rather on his lane. So looking at the jungle, we have a Joyan versus an Alpha. It expected that Iran's gonna be on the upper hand in terms of clearing, like getting all the jungle. But it all depends on the vision that Mal will give to the homeboys.
And so both sides are 50-50 as a start, very respective, I would say. No big engagement. I don't expect with this current lineup to see like, okay, you go in, you try to like wreak havoc on the other side. Both sides are probably going to wait it off until the first hurdle.
Yeah, and look at that. They just the pokes from the spawn. Lai was forced to back away. So for RSG Philippines, they also have to be mindful of the spawns again from Odil. And the problem here, if you have... Oh, wait,
Ira? Okay, a little bit too far, but hang on a second. Ira says, no, you're not going to get me.
That's a good thing of having a Julian as well, the escape capabilities that he has. And because of that, there's no delay for RSG Philippines jungler Irad. And look at the emblems, nothing much for our team. Some more on the movement speed for RSG Philippines, though. So they want to go fast in this game, knowing that Homeboys is also more on the flashy side. Those setup plays from Mal could be a headache to them. So Homeboys, again, you need nets activated as early as possible.
Yeah, because obviously Nets as the goal laner, if he can farm and he can farm fast, then he'll be very effective. Especially he can jump in with the battle mirror image and he can continue on with the blazing duet. He can come up with a lot of damage to the members of RG Philippines. But it's just that he needs to be careful of the Nether Realm that can kind of counter it. So Aqua needs to really save the Nether Realm for the right timing there.
Yeah, because if not, that's a perfect opportunity to signal for Homeboys to set up a play. If there's no Nether Realm, we should go.
Oh, wow! He got 4 with the penalty zone, but the follow-up is still pretty early. I guess they're not really ready yet, but they try to get the Aqua. Aqua comes in with the Nether Realm to save his teammates. All of them from RSGPH is still A-OK, but counter back onto Emal. And Emal goes down. First blood is given to Eoran. But the fight's not over yet, though. Udil and Ma try to hold on the line, but Yetri is pretty low. So now they have to let this one go.
To be fair, for RSG Philippines, it was a nice curse of blood. Here for Light, during that time, the damage is not enough yet to like really go for a wipeout against Homeboys. And this is very crucial for Iraq, by the way. Low on life, while taking down the turtle. Oh, see the TVs and the treachery. Nice play from RSG.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about Mal being there early on. I mean, unless he has the retribution, then yeah, I'll probably be a little bit worried. But if it's only Mal, the roamer, yeah, it's more of like just buying time. But if he's able to steal it somehow, then it is something. It is something out of this world for sure.
Yeah, good thing he has the
advantage.
retribution. Good thing he has the retribution.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is gonna be one interesting fight for RSG Philippines. They're just taking their time, activating Kusei every step of the way. Now for Homeboys, they have to be aggressive, knowing that Udo's here is the SAS. They could go for a push. They also have the Kufra, but at the same time, the Claude is more on the mid to late game type of game. So sometimes for Homeboys, they need to force on other lanes.
Would you say the mid to late game thing applies to Moskov as well?
For the mid to late game, actually no, but it depends on the lane. Wait.
Oh, okay. But anyway, Lights don't need to wait till late game as he got taken down, and this is going to be his first death in this round.
And to go back to your question, probably for the Moskov, a decent 2 item would be good already to be part of a team fight. Because now, for Kusei, he has the Crescent Sight. So basically the same with Nets here. So still waiting for maybe a Golden Staff or Demon Hunter Sword. Demon Hunter Sword for Kusei, and then Golden Staff for Nets.
Right, okay. So just need 2, but then again, Nets needs at least 3. Make that a Trinity item?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, cool. But anyway, for Yetri right now at the bottom, 1v2. But Yetri, I mean, he is a Terizla. He should be able to hold off. Nibo does not have that amount of damage just yet, and he would definitely want to save all his other skills just because of the fact that the total is up now.
I feel like for these teams and the players, they're just really waiting for a specific item. Now Nibor has it on their belt, by the way, so it could be very efficient for them. Interestingly enough, for Homeboys, there's no contest from RSG Philippines during that time, even though Light was there to give them like a vision that, hey, they're starting the turtle, something like that.
Yeah, I was expecting them to contest for that as well. I mean, they had the retribution too, but now they try to get the 3 at the bottom, or at least try to shoot them away. But from the back line, that's them, and it's get 2 of them, and Aqua will get 3, looking for 1 more, and it's going to be Mal that goes down.
2 players down for Homeboys and RSG Philippines. They know their advantage during that moment, even though there was a setup from Mal. The ultimate wasn't used during that time in bottom lane.
Ima, underneath the turret. Looks like he tried to counter back, but underneath the turret, yes, he will get some help, but he will still go down. No matter what, RSG lost era, so it's a 1-for-1 trade, so it's pretty okay, 50-50.
Yeah, and for RSG Philippines, they have to be mindful of those types of dives. They could have went in, taken out the turret at the bottom lane, but yeah, they have the space for Kosei at the top lane. But so far, things are looking good for Homeboys in terms of how they will get a counter play against RSG Philippines, but in terms of taking down objectives, they're having a hard time. So now looking at the items, we have the Enchanted Talisman for Aqua, more on the pokes, but for Udil, it is a glowing wand, so very useful in a team fight. So Homeboys, they're equipping themselves as if later on we'll be expecting like a 5v5 team fight.
Yeah, and for Ned specifically, he is halfway through his Trinity item, so still needs some time. I mean, we're only about close to 7 minutes into the game. That might change a little bit more after the next turtle, which will be up in about 10 more seconds, and this will be the time where both teams will be prepared and they start to open up that space to secure the turtle.
Yeah, and that's true. And we've been talking about items. Now, Mal actually bought the Thunderbell as well. So imagine the stacks that he has later on for this game on the Skufra. So it's 2-4 Sir Cloud for this match. We have players from Homeboys starting this turtle and probably a set of play.
But the turtle is now pretty low. Homeboy, they try to hold him back and aim out to secure that turtle. Now goes on to the back line with a blazing duet. It's going to be Nats. Nats trying to find his next target. It's going to be Nemo. Nemo flickers away to safety. Nats will still survive. But then again, at the same time, Homeboys got 2 kills out of RSG Philippines together with the turtle.
I remember when you said that the timing of the Nether Realm is going to be a crucial one. For Aqua, it was on point, yes. But the problem here for RSG is that there's no backup damage after the team fight that Homeboys initiated. So Kosei, not really that on the damage side already. But for Homeboys, the blazing duet of Nets was really evident during that time.
Yeah, and I guess at the end of the day, right, it's also about like after that, what happens? Like, okay, you have the Nether Realm, it comes in, you pop
What's
it,
next?
but after that, what's next, right? Like, do you have enough damage to also put it back to Homeboys? Because if you don't, then Homeboys will continue to pressure and also chase the other members of RSG Philippines after the Nether Realm.
Yeah, that's true. And take note, by the way, that Kosei is actually has a higher gold versus Nets. So aside from the opportunity on setting up a play for Nets, I think for RSG Philippines, what they need to do is also open up a space for Kosei to like do the free hits. So Homeboys right now, their edge is that a space for their marksman. For RSG Philippines, they need to be on point on using the Curse of Blood and then follow up with whatever type of layer of skill they want to use. Because so far, Udil is #1 in the damage leaderboard at 30k. 30 plus K.
And understandable, right? Because it's a Zas, right?
Yeah.
So Zas, naturally, you can spam, so you can stack up those damage. But both sides, pretty much different coordination, if you ask me, because Nets will need to get into the battle. So Homeboys will need to pull skills out of RGPH before Nets can come in. Whereas for RGPH, Crusade can come in by himself a little bit later and he can keep a good distance as well. So he can come in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, and now that you've mentioned, since Udil is a Zask, and that's the reason that he has a high damage, what if they force the ultimate for Udil by joining in top?
Well, speaking about force, looks like they will force out the Nether Realm, but at the same time, the backline like is on this last stick of power and will be taken out by Udil. G3 will get the kill off his own, but no, not yet. Iraz is still there though. Iraz 1v2 and Mount gonna be G3 will chase him down. And they will make sure they secure that kill. 3 from RGPH will go down. Kusei and Aqua are they going to challenge for the Lord?
What a counterplay for Homeboys during that time. Very on point, and they know who their target is.
Oh, they go in for the chase onto Kusei, shooing him out and ensuring that Homeboys will get the Lord.
Yeah, that's a nice stretch on forcing Kusei also on using that Purify. Again, for RSG Philippines, their biggest threat right now is the guy named Udil. He is a 3-0-4 on this match. Actually, perfect KDA, 7 out of 7 for this game. All they need to do is to force again the spawn as much as possible, or even the ultimate to be used even before the team fight. Because if they're forcing to get on Nets or even a Mal before taking an objective, it's as if you're giving Udil all the chance in the world to go for
Look
the
at
ultimate.
this, Tyrant's Revenge on the other side, and here comes the penalty zone. Managed to catch for them. The nether round will be popped out to save the members of RSG. I like this in trouble, and I like lasting about. He managed to get away to safety. Aqua should be fine as well. Nibor very, very low. Oh man, after all that, Homeboys could not get a single kill. Everyone from RSGPH managed to get away to safety.
And good thing for RSG Philippines, their inhibitor turret wasn't destroyed during that time. Again, the winning condition here for RSG Philippines is to have Kusei activated. They have the kit, they have the setup play, they have...
Oh! They catch one! Oh, they catch Udil! The most important player, like what you said earlier!
And that is the reason as to why RSG Philippines has to force a team fight.
Oh, yeah, 3 went in. But then again, he's to say, okay, flickers away. But that's a lot of health. And also, he has to use the flicker to save himself.
Now, here's the thing for RSG Philippines. They're now activating Kusei. They are limiting down the potential of Udil. So, all they need to do is just to force another, probably Dominator's descent before a team fight. So, Homeboys, they have to be mindful of their side lanes, which is actually they're doing. All their minion waves are flowing. It's just 12 minutes of this game. And looking at the items, pretty much close for our setup plays or for our tanks. Although we have the Thunder Belt here for Mal. Now, looking at the XP lane, we have the Winter Crown. Wow, for Y3. So it's as if... after the penalty zone, I go for the Winter Crown. It's up to you, my boys, to get all the players from RSG Philippines.
Yeah, and I can understand why Homeboys don't go for the Dominance Ice as well, because the main priority use will only be for Kusei, and that's probably not going to be worth it for them to focus on that. So they're going to focus on to the other items as well, such as Athena Shield, because you do have a good amount of magical damage that could come out from Light or even Aqua, so you want to prioritize that first. But now coming back to what they're doing, they are both gathering somewhere in the middle, looking for that next pickoff. And they saw Imal, okay, a little bit of engagement, but no further big moves. And I guess partly because the Lord is up.
Yeah, and for RSG Philippines, they have to be prepared if they want to go for engage, probably take down Udil again. Okay.
Oh, they managed to find Udil, and Udil will be front for the hands of Kusei, and now Kusei is totally active. At the same time, look at the nether route, it does save the members of RSGPH. Now counter from the other sideline. Oh, that's onto the back line with an easy duet on the Kusei. Kusei down, almost down, but Mal, no space to follow up at the same time. Nets, we need Nets as well. They need Nets. Can Nets actually do it? But Nets is not able to come in.
Okay, so during that time, wait, Mal is ready for the job, I think.
Oh, okay, he jumps in onto Nemo. Nemo now, last tick of health, Ema will take out Nemo. Looks like still 50-50-52. Ema is in trouble, let's go, say! Absolutely online right now. You cannot run away from Kusei!
And even Kusei even used his Wind of Nature during that time just to be sure that he's safe from any threat from Homeboys. So things are looking good for our RSG Philippines, although Udia is not alive.
Wait a second, Era, he's pretty low right now, and that! Blazing duet all the way to the rack line, and now the Lord resets itself!
Yeah, and it's a good thing actually for Homeboys because it was Irad taken down, and I think they have the better opportunity now to take down this Lord because Amal is gonna be alive in a second now. Oh, he's gonna be part of the team fight. So for RSG Philippines, they might want to do everything just to try to reset this Lord. Oh, that's gonna be difficult.
Oh yeah, it's going to be hard. Look at this, right? It's 5v5. Well, Irad is not here yet, but then again, Ronin, enough time for Irad to come because now the Lord will be taken out by Imal. At the same time, look at the back line, and the Blazing Duel will put a lot of damage onto the back, waiting for the nether round to end itself, and now Imal will get line, looking for Nemo. Nemo will put her hands on Nets, and now Kusei will next round to fall for sure. Kusei be shut down by Udel, and that is revenge by Udel to Kusei.
And while that is happening, Sir Cloud, Homeboys was able to secure this Lord. All along I thought that the RSG Philippines were just like trying to extend the team fight for a space for
Irad. Penalty zone all the way to the back, and with that, mega kill, wipe out to RSG Philippines. Homeboys will take on game number 1.
Everything happened so fast.